The image was just devastation, and emotional collapse and despair, and a sense of hopelessness, right after the flood. Really, many people just trying to determine what happened. Much of my region was devastated. So I have 7 counties, 6 were hit very heavily. In Schoharie County, they were the only county that had their entire governmental structure totally destroyed. So that comeback has been as aggressive as possible. In this case, Schoharie had lost its hardware store, and Jim Cook, who is a bus driver, part-time bus driver, said, "I'll do it." A lot of businesses have started for different reasons. Jimmy saw a need and just dove in and put his own time and energy and personal resources. There's not a penny of state or federal funding behind you on this.
Nothing yet.
So here's a man who just saw a need and dove in, and was taking a huge risk trying to do business in a small rural town, post flood. So
it's a risk, but we can keep our head above water. I won't be driving a Mercedes anytime soon, not even a used one, but it was a need for a store here, and people are happy that it's here. And
we still have a number of businesses that did not come back, and that's been hard, but the ones that have come back well and are working hard to make things better, and I think they're doing a great job. We have some buildings that are still disrepair and really need to be addressed, taken care of, and cleaned up so that we all feel better walking down the street. I never thought to walk away. We walked in and just started working, and probably the easiest part was in the beginning when you just knew that you had to shovel and work nonstop because it was so obvious. It got harder as you went on, and you realized you had more damage than you thought, and water kept on coming in, and things kept on kind of stepping backwards. But I never thought to walk away.
Now this building here, right next door, was a diner. Years ago it was a clothing store, but it's been vacant, and it's had some on and off again. The next building was the glass bar, and we have some absentee landowners who have not been quick to have the building recover. Next building here was a former variety store and restaurant, and now we have a nice little diner. It's come back. They were actually right next to where the hardware store is now, so they've come back. This building here was owned by a local family. Part of it was public offices, and the public offices relocated to Schenectady. Some of the public offices are not coming back, to my knowledge.
Normal's a funny word. Things are moving along, and we're moving forward. Anything's better than it was last year, but we have a long way to go to do the catch-up work, which I don't know that you ever catch up. But there's still enough going on in our community where people are still struggling to get in their houses or have lost them. So it's not just about each individual business doing better or getting somewhere. It's about having our whole community put back together and feeling whole.